LarryBeats, the juice, yeah, you know the juice, it's the juice. Whoa, I said the juice. From the music that they playing, different artists, you can hear them tell their stories through the answers given in the interviews. It's the juice. Whoa, I said the juice.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Juice. It's your host, MelodyWaters. We're live here in Juice Studios. I have a couple of really dope panelists today. We got some great topics to talk about. I'm super excited to have you guys here with me, and I'm super excited to have these panelists here with me. Man, thank you guys for coming back for another week of the Juice. Let's get it. Let's get into everything. We got some great things to talk about today, and I'm excited. So let's get going.
No doubt.
First of all, let me introduce these gentlemen we have here with us. We have Mitchell Mack. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. Is Mitchell Mack?
Yeah, so my name's Mitchell Mack, originally from Chicago, Illinois. Did a little time here and there, and got tired of it. Made some life changes, some drastic life changes, and now I'm all about trying to teach brothers how to stay out of prison and be successful. So I got a clothing line called Successful Convict, and 10% of the proceeds go to help fund halfway houses, because halfway houses are a crucial part in a brother's success coming home. Halfway houses allow you to have a roof over your head without the pressure of trying to find your own place right away. It takes a little bit of stress off you. You know, a lot of times the brothers released right into the world without that helping hand of a halfway house. They find themselves back trying to get some money real fast. You know, those pressures, are right back on their shoulders. And halfway houses are crucial. They allow up to 6 months of stay time. So 6 months that you could be doing incarcerated, you can do it at the halfway house. So the faster you get home to your children, the better. The faster you get back into society, the better. So, halfway houses are very, very important. So 10% of the proceeds of the clothing line will be donated to help fund halfway houses. I also got a podcast coming too, where I'm going to be interviewing brothers and sisters who have done time and managed to stay out. Thus the term successful convict. So yeah, that's about it. I got a commercial cleaning company too called Commercial Sparkle. We clean for 3M right now. We're doing pretty well with that. So just a businessman trying to stay on the right side of things. I had enough of incarceration. That's one of the other keys too. You have to be tired. You have to make the choice that you are tired of prison. You have to make the choice that you're tired of the streets. You can have all the help you get, all the help you want. All the people can, help you get back on your feet, this and that and the other. But if you haven't made the conscious decision that you're tired, you'll probably wind up going back. So.
Yo, that's real. I think as long as you glamorize it, as long as you yourself glamorize it, you will still find it'll still be attractive to you. So until it's not attractive to you anymore. So question though, real quick, how long is it until someone is considered to be a successful convict, successfully?
Okay. Well, see, successful doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot of money. When it comes to an ex-felon, success can mean something as small as successfully completing parole without getting sent back. Sometimes you're on parole for a year, up to 3 to 5. So, that's a success. Finding a job is a success. Reestablishing your relationship with your children is a success, because mine was 5. I did 10 years in the feds, and mine was 5 when I went away and 15 when I came back. So it's hard to be a father from the visiting room. So you gotta be perseverant. You have to make the choice that, I need to be out here for them. And you have to make some positive life choices and stand on them, So yeah, that's, it's a lot of meanings of success, not just financially,
Mm-hmm. So I was wondering, when you want to talk to people who have been successfully out, have successfully stayed out of prison, how long would you consider before you'd say that they've successfully stayed out? That was kind of my question, more like.
Oh, okay, I hear you. Well, the recidivism rate, the rate of return is 75% within 3 years.
Okay, so after 3 years, then it's successful.
Yeah. Those, yeah, within 3 years, 7 out of 10 people go back.
Damn.
That's a high rate.
That's real, though, actually.
That's high.
It's pretty accurate. It sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah, yeah. So you gotta be, like I said earlier, you gotta be done. You gotta make the choice. You know, I'm tired of having the phone cut off.
Right.
When somebody says it, I'm tired of coming off the yard. When somebody says it, I'm tired of eating when somebody says it. You know, missing graduations, you know, birthdays of schools and things like that. You got to be tired of that life, man. For real.
For real. Well, thank you, Mitchell, man. I'm super excited to hear more about that in a little bit,
Yeah,
man,
no doubt.
for being here today.
No doubt.
Dee Wile. Yo, you've been on the juice. It's been a minute. Welcome back. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Dee Wile?
Who is Dee Wile? First off, thank you again, Mel, for having me back. Dee Wile is an independent artist residing right now in Tampa, Florida. Originally from Alabama. You could probably hear it in my accent. Military veteran, entrepreneur, CEO of my own record label. Just trying to, basically a kid with a dream, just trying to, you know, take each day to the fullest and take the world, you know, one day at a time.
That's what's up.
Dope. That's what's up. Well, welcome back. Thanks for coming back on the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
You know, so you see, did you see the new thing on the juice? If you're a rapper, you got to spit something for the juice.
Oh, I did hear about that. Okay. You want it right now? Or you want to wait when you?
If you want to get it out the way, unless you want to think on it or something.
I mean, we can go, you know, it's nothing. How long do we go? I mean, just say when, and I could take over the whole show, you know. We could go forever, Mel.
You freestyle for 2 hours, y'all. I'm gonna be over here like porn.
No, real quick, just off the top, let me see. Let me see. Give me one second. I want to get myself together here. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I'm kind of fried right now. I'm really ready to get to it, but I got you. I promise. Before the end of the show, I got you.
Yo, no doubt, man. Hey, it's kind of putting you on the spot, so I feel you, man. You go.
It is. I got you. It's a rapper's job to rap, so I got you, man. I'm gonna come through.
It's gonna come out, and I'm gonna let it flow out on its own naturally. I ain't even tripping.
For sure.
You gonna bring it? So that's all I know. Hey, so let's get into these topics, man. I'm super grateful for both of you gentlemen being here with me today. Thank you. And I want to talk about these topics. I'm excited. I know, Mitchell, you brought some pretty interesting things, and you kind of already started talking a little bit about recidivism. Can you go ahead and kind of?
Yeah, no doubt.
What are you thinking about with that topic?
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, so again, for those that don't know what the word means, recidivism, it's the rate of return to prison after release. And nationally right now, it's 75% within 3 years. That's really high. Of course, there's a lot of factors due to that. There's being released back to the same neighborhoods, the lack of jobs, and just pure addicted to a lifestyle. You know, often we talk about people being addicted to using drugs and so have you, but also there's another side that we don't talk about too much, and that's addicted to selling them. You know, that's an addictive lifestyle as well. If you're used to having, you know, money hand over fist, it's kind of hard to go back to working for it, you know, like everybody else do. So, you know, with all those factors and some of your old cohorts still in the business, it gets tempting. You know what I mean? So yeah, that contributes a lot to the rate of return to prison. You know, and age too has a lot to do with it. I've been to prison twice actually. I did state and federal time. I was 21 when I did my first little 3 years in the state, and just about 24 when I came home. So I felt like I was young enough to take another chance in the streets, and I did. And then I caught 10 years federal next time. And then I was 35 when I came home. And then that made a difference, you know. So it depends. If you're a young man, you know, you feel like you got another shot, you know, you want to one last score, one last go around at it, you know. And if you have kids, you know, that plays a factor in it too. If you're a single bachelor with no kids, you may just feel like, hey, you don't have a reason to stay out. Nobody's depending on you. No kids need you, you know. Then hey, let me just try to just get this money again, you know. But I was a father too. I was a young teen. I had my kids at 18. So the first 3 years, they didn't really know I was gone that much. But the second time around, like I said, they was 5 when I left and 15 when I came back, and that really made an impact on especially my daughter too. My son was okay. He was all on. He was on board with, you know, daddy home. But my daughter, she gave me the flux. Like she wasn't really trying to hear that shit seriously. And I thought, wow, they siblings, they by the same mother, they on the same roof. I thought the reception would be the same, but it wasn't for some reason. And then all those women kept telling me like, yeah, boys and girls different. Like you're gonna have to earn your place back in your daughter's life. So that's one of the reasons why I changed my life, you know, is to let her know that I'm out to stay this time, that she can trust me again. She can she can fall in love with daddy again and not wake up and then he gone again, you know. So I've been working ever since I've been home for 10 years. I've been working. First job was McDonald's. I delivered Chinese. I worked in a lead factory where I got burned in. I did some of everything legit, you know, just to make sure that I stayed out for her, just to let her know that I meant it this time. And that's how much she means to me, you know, because, you know, she's a female, you know, so they look at things a little differently. I was just some guy to her, you know. She knew I was biologically her daddy, but really I was just some guy. So I had to earn my way back in her life, you know. She wasn't mean about it, but she was really nonchalant, though. Really nonchalant. You know, I'm expecting, you know, hey, sugar, you know. She was like, hey, you know, I'm like, wow, it was an eye opener. It was totally devastating. I was not expecting her to be so nonchalant about me being home. And it really kicked me in the butt. It really did, man. Also, I lost my grandmother too while incarcerated too. Um, I'm the first grandchild, so me and her were really close. And everybody in the family was at the funeral except me because they didn't let me go. And that pain right there really devastated me. I didn't want to miss another occasion like that again. So, you know, sometimes you got to go through some pain while you're incarcerated to make that decision that you're done with it. You know, so yeah, that's how you you know, recidivism. That's one of the ways that you can beat recidivism is evaluating your life and, you know, putting together, realizing what's important to you and what's not. You know, what really matters. Does a Benz really matter at the end of the day? Does, you know, does breaking the law for material things really matter at the end of the day? No, they don't. You know, so yeah.
What would you say? What would you say is some of the biggest challenges in being a successful convict? I know, like you said, within the first 3 years is quote unquote the success rate or whatever. But I know a lot of people fall into that hamster wheel of just
Yeah.
getting the system. So what would you say is some of the biggest things to avoid when you first get back out into the world?
Oh, temptation is the temptation is the biggest thing. It depends on what you was in there for too. You know, if you were in there for let's say like, you know, breaking and entering, or, you know, it's the most tempting thing is if you were a drug dealer. I'm gonna be honest. That's the most tempting thing to try to not to get back into, you know, because of the money. If you used to having a whole lot of money and then you got to come out and work 40 hours a week for like everybody else. And then you got homies that's still in the streets. And you can getting back in the streets is just a phone call away. It's really hard to avoid that. You know, that's what I did. Both times incarceration, I dealt drugs both times. That's what I was in for. And like I said, the pain that that I endured during the 10-year Fed bit is the one that made me say, no, you know, you only got one life to live. We only got about 50 or 80 good years on this earth. How many of them do you want to spend behind bars? You know what I mean? So yeah, temptation, man. Temptation is very harsh. Temptation not to get back in the streets is very hard. Now, if you were a car thief or what, if you were in there for something else, man, maybe murder or things like that, you know, it could have been a case of, you know, self-defense. It could have been a case of, you know, unintentional manslaughter. It's all types of crimes, man. But dealing is the one that's really, really hard to shake, man, because sometimes we just as addicted to the money as drug users are to the
Right.
drugs, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. And then as far as having the felony, the legislature, they've changed a lot of uh, requirements on that job application where they have to say within, the big question is, have you ever been convicted of a felony? And they have to say within 7 years now. It used to just be yes or no.
I thought they
But now if you've been out, if you've been out, if you served 5 years and you've been out for 2, that's 7. You can, you know, I did 10 years, so I was actually able to say, honestly say that no, when they asked the question, asked, have you ever been convicted of a felony within the last 7 years? I served 10. I did 2000, from 2000 to 2010 is where I served. So I committed the crime in 2000. So when I got home in 2010, I could actually say no, I haven't committed a crime in the last 7 years. It happened in 2000. I served 10 and then I got out. So yeah, so if you've been out, you've been good, you've been doing your thing, you've been off parole, you know, you can answer that question. No, I have not been convicted of a felony in 7 years. I like that they put that on there too, because first it was just yes or no, and a lot of times employers see that yes and they ball your application up and keep it
Right.
moving.
Absolutely.
I thought with Ban the Box, they took that off entirely and they can't ask you about that.
No, it's, well, you know, I think, I know, I'm not sure. It's been a while since I filled out job application, but I know when I first came home, it was saying 7, within 7 years. Maybe they banned it box. Maybe they banned the box completely. Maybe they can't ask you.
Yeah.
That's a really good thing if that's true.
Yeah, they did. For job applications, it's called Ban the Box. They got rid of that. They can't ask you if you have a felony.
Oh, that's nice. That's very good. That's very, because that was keeping a lot of brothers from getting the job.
That doesn't mean that they can't do a background check on you still.
Right.
But
Right. Right. But at least it'll get you an interview.
Exactly. That can't be the initiating, deciding factor.
Yeah. So that's good. That's very good if that's going on.
They kind of have changed. Supposedly, they changed the laws with tenancy too. Like, but when I looked into it, it looked like, okay, so 7 years after you have after 7 years after conviction, they can't ask you anymore. Okay, but still, so for 7 years you live under a bridge.
Right. Yeah, I know. That's the importance of you know, having a halfway house. You know, you get to do at least 6 months there where you can work on your credit and, you know, save up a few bucks from the job. They want like 20% of your paycheck, but the pressure to find housing is not there if you got a roof over your head from the halfway house, which is why 10% of the proceeds from my clothing line I'm going to be given to halfway houses across America. Once we start growing, of course, I'm going to start here in the Twin Cities. But if you get out from, you know, you got 6 months to do it at the halfway house, you got a job, you can save up a few bucks, then you may have to, you know, live with a relative. But at least you got a few bucks saved up where you can come to your relatives or your friend or your whoever's house with something. You know, you're not just a complete burden. You know what I mean? If you got a few paychecks saved up, a few grand saved up, you can give them a few $100, you know, and then give them a few more, you know, $100 every time you get paid, so that you can, you know, build your credit and, you know, hopefully get some housing.
Is it hard? Like, I know a lot of my partners that like get back out into the world. Their biggest issue is not having any contact with the authorities at all. Like, is that the biggest challenge as far as when you first get back out as well? Or it's like, you know, because from what I've heard, it's like if you have any type of contact with any police authority, is right back, like you off, you know, parole, probation, whatever.
it depends on the contact. If it's just a pullover, you know, for speeding, or I think they meant if you ever in the county for any reason at all. It depends on the parole officer too. I don't think they'll violate you for life happening. Things happen.
Okay.
Sometimes you speed, you know, that's, you know, they're not gonna send you back for that. Expired tabs, they're not gonna send you back for that. Things like that. But you have to, what send guys back is not reporting the contact. That's what send guys back. If you get pulled over for no license or speeding, you gotta let your PO know. That's what get guys sent back, because they may do a random, you know, search of your name or your social or whatever within law enforcement, and see that you were pulled over, and you didn't tell your PO about it. That's when you get in trouble. It's all about accountability. You have to tell your PO whenever you have a contact with the police. That's what it is. People brush it off like, oh, it was just a speeding pullover, and that's it. I'm not breaking no major crime. I don't have to say nothing, but that's not true. Anytime an officer talk to you or holler at you about anything, you got to tell your PO. A lot of guys don't tell them, and I understand because it's not a big deal. A pullover, a traffic violation is not a big deal, but you still got to tell them though. Accountability. That's how you survive parole. You gotta tell your PO everything. You know, I got a call. A friend of mine, a young lady friend of mine, asked me about her brother. Her brother was staying. Her brother's girlfriend's residence got approved for him to come to after release. They got into it. She put him out. He stayed at a hotel for a couple of days, and he got violated. You're supposed to tell your PO that your approved residence, you're not living there anymore because of an argument you got put out. You probably will have to do a little time in the county, but all you have to do is submit another address. You know, a family member, they have to approve the address, go search the address, make sure there's no undesirable people there, no guns or weapons there, no weed aroma, no, it has to be looking like a good place for you to parole to, you know. Now, if you staying somewhere without telling the PO, you going back. That's a violation. You're going back. It's all about honesty, complete honesty, and accountability. You got to tell them your every move, man.
Yeah, that's facts. So that's facts. So if you get to the point where you don't want to tell motherfuckers your every move no more, stop doing that shit.
Ain't no question, man. You want your freedom. You want to move like a man's supposed to, like a grown man's supposed to, at will. Move to and fro whenever you feel like, out of the state if you want to, without permission. Stay the fuck out the joint, man. Come on, man. Like I said, you only got 50 to 80 people been dropping dead, 40-something, 50-something. We only got 50 to 80 good years on this earth. And you gotta figure out, how many of them you want to spend in prison? Hold on, this plane just finished.
You're getting attacked and shit. It's being accosted by the plant behind it.
Life getting crazy, I just sit back and observe. It's just me against the world, it's just me, my son and girl. Too much game if you ain't heard, I get paid for every word. Super high, I'm with the birds, I'm the best, fuck what you heard. Boy, like these other rappers trash. Put that shit out on the curb. Keep a cone full of killers, swear it got my vision blurred. I had a bustin' down on New Year's, but we broke up on the 3rd. I know, baby, it's absurd, but I guess she had to learn. Came up from misfortune, I guess it made me heartless. Soon as I get 100K, I'm putting it in apartments. I'm trying to leave a legacy. Swear you get the best of me. This verse feel like the best of D. I guess I got the recipe. I'm meal prepping, I'm Zell baking. You know D, I keep that shit that keep her legs shaking. She know I got the hurricane that keep the bed shaking. All this bread I'm getting, I feel like I'm bread making. Ain't it crazy? Ain't it crazy? Ain't it crazy? Shit just getting crazy, man. This shit just getting crazy. These days life getting crazy. I just sit back and observe. It's just me against the world. It's just me, my son and girl. Too much game if you ain't heard. I get paid for every word. Super high, I'm with the birds. I'm the best for what you heard. These days life getting crazy. I just sit back and observe. It's just me against the world. It's just me, my son and girl. Too much game if you ain't heard. I get paid for every word. Super high, I'm with the birds. I'm the best for what you heard. Awake and bake to get my head on straight. I'm in better shape, I had to shed that extra weight. They keep vibing with the kid, I guess they can't relate. Better do it now, you miss your chance, you hesitate. Don't wait. Yeah, I love you with conditions, gotta love you from a distance. That baby saying she missed me, baby, let's be realistic. We both know what this was, don't get caught up in positions. Tried to tell you, you ain't listen, now you out here playing victim. I tried to help, but couldn't help myself. I don't need no one else, not rapping this a note to self. These days life getting crazy, I just sit back and observe. It's just me against the world, it's just me, my son and girl. Too much game if you ain't heard. I get paid for every word. Super high, I'm with the bear. I'm the best for what you heard. These days life getting crazy, I just sit back and observe. It's just me against the world, it's just me, my son and girl. Too much game if you ain't heard. I get paid for every word. Super high, I'm with the birds. I'm the best for what you heard.
The one and only. Hey, yo.
Hands up, man. Burn that shit. First off, it's fly boy to you fuck niggas. 757 V8, what you want with it? I used to ride around the city with a pump in it. Just ready for the bullshit with my young niggas. No quiz for the gold like a drug dealer. Niggas started getting money, fell in love with it. You can tell she used to fucking with them broke niggas. Get it bad for the bitch, but she come different, swear to God. You say you dope, man, that's pretense. Boy, I been up on my job like I'm LinkedIn. Hurting on my cattle, homie, I ain't lost a beef yet. Cause I ain't scared to stretch you out like a wingspan. A lot of y'all cats really lack motivation. You bitches no better, back paging for payment, no local supporting. You hate on your neighbors, you whack Hollywood and you nowhere near famous. Man, I'm persuaded with the competition, Ray Charles with it. Made 50 bands out of St. Paul, nigga. Last altercation also had the AR with him. Might have been around the killers, but they ain't your niggas. Ain't your niggas. This is not the type of shit I do from where I come from. But niggas only hit you up when they want some. They wanna front, but forgetting that I know y'all. They done got me charged up like a proton. Swear to God, niggas quit to flip like a coin toss. Homie, I'm just trying to ball like a point guard. I done got my girl the bag and it's go yard. This relationship goes with a known boss. Look, it ain't a question, nigga, I should be signed now. Fly boy since I worked that lifestyle. Homie, show face for a price now. I could bring your side hoe and your wife out. This is for the ones who got an opinion. Don't give a fuck if all this bullshit offend you. Look, I'm that nigga with a pen or a pencil behind that camera or in front of them bitches. I just wanna wake up in Venice. Louis luggage with a Louis Duffel, nigga been on his business. With my attitude, I'm a trigger full away from a prison. I'm playing anybody can get it.
Is it pretty hard getting back acclimated once you get back? I know, like you said, it's a bit of a challenge. Well, not anymore because of the law or whatever, but even with
Yeah.
like just applying for different jobs or your own place, or just is it pretty tough once you do have that, I guess,
Yeah.
quote unquote stain on your record?
It depends on how long you did. As far as acclimated, I think you're talking about something called being institutionalized.
Right.
And it depends on how long you did. The first 3 years I did, it's like I never left, But after doing 10, you get used to, 4 o'clock count time. You get used to having your day completely structured. So it does take a little time, depending on how long you did, man. The felonies, you just gotta, that's the importance of these programs that help you. There's Twin Cities Rise, there's Volunteers of America, and there's halfway houses. These places let you do that. That's what those places do. They let you like woosah, so to speak, like, okay, I don't really have to rush. I got a roof over my head. Because if you don't find a job at the halfway house, that's fine. They'll let you stay there. You do have to look for one though. But if you don't find one, there's nothing. They only want 25% of your paycheck. If you don't find a job, they're not going to put you out or send you back to the joint. So that takes a lot of burden off of you. This is the importance of halfway houses and other types of programming that's out there for us. It takes that pressure off right away. That'll make you say, you know what, let me call up Migo because I'm under pressure right now. So these halfway houses and these Twin Cities Rise programs and Volunteers of America, these programs make it easier. They provide you with interview clothing, that shirt and tie, dress slacks, things like that to go look for work. So education plays a lot too. If you didn't do anything while you were in there, if you didn't attain your GED while you were in there, all the things we do, all the things we neglect as young men come back to haunt us, because it's really hard to get a job without at least a GED. That's one of the questions on the application. Do you have high school diploma or GED? If you don't have either one of those, it's going to be really tough. And if you wasted a lot of time in the joint just watching BET, not trying to better yourself, it's going to be really difficult for you, man. So you got to take advantage of the time while you're in there. You got to do the time. You can't let it do you.
Man, true that. Some people come out with like degrees and shit. You know what I mean? So that's dope. You gotta, if you're stuck in something like that, man, find a way to make out of that negative. Find a way to make, you have to make a positive out of that negative. Especially if you're doing major time, like 10 years and shit. Come on, man.
Yeah. And if you haven't learned anything else doing as much time as I have, you learn patience, man. You learn patience. Everybody, we all want stuff overnight. You can get the same things in life a drug dealer has. It just take a little longer. You can get money. You can get them. Mercedes. You might not have it in 6 months, but you can get it. And the patience. Being in prison has taught me a lot of patience because there's a line for everything. There's a line for child. There's a line for the phone. There's a line for visiting. Everything happens slow. Everything happens slow. So, you just gotta have some patience out here. Even when you're getting released, be patient in finding a job. When you get the job, be patient in attaining material things. It's gonna happen. You gotta keep working, keep saving them paychecks, keep staying out. The longer you stay out, the better your credit will get. The more paychecks you can save up, then you can start having nice things, man. You just gotta make a conscious choice what really, really matters to you, man.
True that. And man, freedom is priceless.
It is. It really is, man. It really is. You only got one life in this shell, housing this soul. You only get one go round at it. How many of those years do you want to spend inside, incarcerated? I know I want to spend the rest of mine out here, straight up.
Absolutely. I mean, not even to compare it to what you went through, Mitchell, but like I said, I was in the military, and that's part of the reason I got out was just because like you say, you only get one life, and at the end of the day, you kind of want to be in control of your own life the older you get as a man. So you do want to, move and shake how you want to do with the only life that you have. So absolutely.
Absolutely, man. Yes, sir.
So what are some ways that people can not go to prison in the first place? If they come from an environment where it seems like that is the route that's going to happen, can you give some tips to these young men and women out here that maybe are thinking about, they're glorifying it already? How can they,
I know.
How can they change their perspective?
It's tough. It's tough. It's a collective effort, man. It's got to start with the adults. You got it's really tough, man. You got the way rap music is now. It glorifies that lifestyle. You got us, my generation, who were incarcerated. So the teens and young early 20s now really didn't have a whole lot of guidance, because we were Generation X. We were incarcerated a lot and killed, unfortunately. Boys in the Hood that's my generation. So a lot of us, dealt crack to the mothers and fathers that were addicted. So they couldn't be the best parents that they could be, because they were chasing something that we were selling. So, and then you got the gang thing that, came about to protect the drug business. So you got a lot of us got killed, a lot of us got incarcerated, and a lot of the parents were. So we kind of lost a whole generation. As far as like teens and early 20s now, they kind of like, that's why I got the mentorship program right now, because I feel like giving back. I feel like I contributed to keeping a lot of kids as mothers and fathers not being the best mothers and fathers they could be. And I don't want that to happen to the next generation. So I'm trying to get a hold to these young guys before the streets do. It takes a collective effort from guys like me and our generation to try to, get them to see other things in life. It's hard because they get bombarded. They got these cell phones. A lot of kids got these cell phones. It's kind of hard to watch what they see and hear. It's an uphill battle trying to keep the youngsters from being lured, to the street life. It really is. So, yeah, I wish I knew the answers. I'm not a counselor. I didn't go to school for sociology, but all I can do is just try to give back the best way I can.
Yeah, I love I love the mentorship program. That's really dope that you're doing that. I'm really happy that you're doing that. I've been waiting for you to do that forever.
Yeah, Corona had set things back a little bit, but we're back on track now. So, and we've been doing everything out of pocket too. Every event we have, all the snacks and stuff we buy from, we've been doing out of pocket right now. Eventually, we hope to be the next Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America. We really want to take this thing big, So hopefully one day we'll get some funding from Target or one of these big companies. But you got to do the groundwork first. That's why we're doing the groundwork right now, so that we'll have some proof that we're really out here caring about the kids and doing it on our own.
How long have you been doing that?
It's been a few months. We did it for a month, and then Corona hit, where we couldn't meet at our meeting place. But now that things are kind of eased back up, we've been back at it for about 2 months now. We meet every Monday night in Brooklyn Park. We have some classroom time where we teach them different things like how to use a tape measure, employable skills, things like that. And then every Saturday, we take them out in the field. We teach them how to cut grass, mow lawns, and things like that, paint, some vocational skills that they can use, to employ themselves when they get older. So eventually we're going to take them, you know, like paintballing and indoor rock climbing and things like that. Eventually we want a center of our own, so that, you know, they can have a safe space after school, so that they can, you know, not have to be on a corner watching the street guys be their idols. You know what I mean?
Dope. It's gonna, you have it. The universe already gave it to you. It's yours.
So thank you. Thank you.
Just claim it. Just be like, I love our center. It's so amazing. I love the basketball courts. I love the room. The pool. I love it. Don't you love your new center? It's gorgeous.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is. It's dope.
Amazing. Yo, positive, successful vibes.
No doubt.
So that's really cool. Let's talk. We got, I guess, youth mentorship. We kind of already talked about that. So that brings us into Black business too.
Oh yeah, man. I love Black business, man. I really do. You know, I just wanted to say, you know, people always ask. I see on Facebook and these different groups, a lot of white people get offended when there's a Black business or when there's the word Black business, and they, you know, they want to say, well, what if I call some white business? By default, almost every other business is white business.
Don't have to tell us.
They act like they can't get that. You know what I mean? They need to be asking themselves, why do we have to put emphasis on Black business in the first place?
Right.
If other ethnicities shop with us, we wouldn't even have to make it, you know, make a point to say it's Black business. We do that to basically what you call sounding the troops, rounding the troops. It's like a call to the community, you know. That's why we do it. It's not a racist thing at all. It's like a sound in the trumpets. It's like, hey, because we need each other's dollars more than ever, because nobody else really spends with us.
And I was just gonna say, is that because you think the Black dollar is more important, like to be, like you said, nobody spends money like Black people, like.
Yeah, we need each other's dollar more than ever. You know, the only thing white people buy from us really is rap music, Air Jordans, and drugs. Just to be real. You know what I mean? Like, we really need each other's dollars. You know, a lot of times we used to get called lazy, and, you know, you guys need to pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. But then when we do that, they still complain. Like, oh, you got a Black business. Why did you put Black in front of it? Like,
you pulled your boots up.
If I didn't put Black, if I didn't put Black in front of it, would you come? If I left it off, would you come? I don't think so. Like, we really need each other's dollars, because nobody else spends with us. People act like they can't grasp that concept.
But do you think people are also taking advantage of that? Like, Black business owners, like, don't get me wrong, I support Black business, but I also believe in quality as well. Like, I can't support something just because you have a business. Like, it has to have
I completely agree with that. You know, just like any other business, you have to deliver a quality product, a good tasting product if it's food, and have good customer service, just like any other business. Because I'll stop doing business with a white business too if I'm not treated right. If the customer service is not right, or the product, I don't like it. You know, it's not like they're the holy grail, you know, of business people. You know, I don't put other people on the pedestal like that. But what I can say is, what we need to start doing though is we need to give each other the benefit of the doubt. White people give each other the benefit of the doubt. If Susie's Cupcakes open up, they'll at least go and see how they taste before they start clowning it, right?
Right.
A lot of times we won't even go. A lot of times we'll just assume things about it. Oh, it's probably too much, you know, it's probably too much baking soda in the frosting. You know, we tend to think the worst of each other, and that's a huge detriment of our why we don't succeed and why we're not in a better space right now. It's because we assume the worst about each other, and that's that's a whole nother topic. We can get into why that is, slavery, Jim Crow, the effects of slavery, and why we have such a negative outlook on each other. I asked that. I put it out there on Facebook one time, to my white Facebook friends. Is there hatred? Is there the crab in the barrel thing going on in the white community? Do y'all give each other the benefit of the doubt? And they said, yeah, they give each other the benefit of the doubt. They won't just assume something's going to be bad off the top like we do. If something opened up, a brand new ice cream shop opened up on Broadway.
But let me ask another question. Now, let's say, all right, you've opened the ice cream shop. Now, being a black business owner, now the ice cream isn't the best. It's not up to par with the standard, and you're not seeing the results that you want to see.
No, I hear you. Let me address that. As a business owner, it goes back to we also have to not cut corners. See, we're so used to cutting corners in the black community. We're so used to cutting corners that sometimes we take that mentality into our business. I know you've seen, that can of grease on the stove that should have been changed. It should have been changed 2 weeks ago, but we still, we put water in the ketchup to make it get a couple more uses out of it. But we can't take that mentality into our business. It's like we had a fish and chicken spot. When you see the grease brown, you gotta go spring for that new. You gotta go buy that new grease. You can't try to get another week out of the grease. It costs. You gotta invest in your business. It takes money to make money. You know what I mean? So you can't complain when you're not delivering the best quality product. You can't complain about that.
But that's the thing. That's when they start screaming, "Oh, y'all don't support black business," and it's like, no, we don't support. We support black business. It's just the quality of the black business as well.
It's a two-pronged approach.
Absolutely.
Business owners, we have to deliver a quality product and service. And then on the consumer end, you can't assume that we're going to be an inferior product or service. It's a two-pronged approach. We got to deliver an amazing product, and then y'all got to come out to come and see it, come and taste it. Don't just assume it's going to be, nasty, or don't assume that the grease going to be old. Come and see for yourself.
Right.
So we gotta meet each other here. We gotta deliver a great product and great customer service, and then y'all gotta come out and come and see for yourself.
Now,
go ahead.
To take that one step further. Now, when they come out to place to actually try, whether it's the ice cream, the fish, whatever. Now, another issue that, again, I support black business 100%, but while we on the topic, this is just questions that me and my people talk about. So I feel like, hey, why not ask you, Mitchell? Now, when you come to try that quality product there, now another issue with the black business is that the price. Like, even look at the I don't know if you remember a year or two ago, the Big Baller brand shoes. Everybody was, support black business, but the shoes was like $400. Like, that's another issue in the black business as well. Like the price will be. It'll be overpriced for that product just because, you got to support black business. They're trying to, like, I guess, come up a lot quicker. Like you say, it goes back to being patient. So that's another thing with the black business. What is that? What do you feel on that? I mean, are you going to just overprice a product and, you got to support it because I'm a black business owner?
Right. No, I hear you that. I think that you definitely have to be competitive price-wise. But at the same time, though, you also have to take in consideration if you want quality products. Like, I just got through delivering a vegan cake pop that a friend of mine made, and it was all vegan ingredients, pure cane sugar, vegan butter, vegan flour. All of those ingredients cost more than all these brand ingredients. So to make some money, sometimes you have to charge a little bit more, but you better make sure that it's worth every penny, though. You got to make sure it's worth every penny.
Like customer service, and it
Yeah.
it should taste amazing.
It's amazing. Your customer service should be A1. Nobody with attitudes working at the place. You know, you gotta. This is a part of business training. You gotta train your staff how you want your customers treated.
But you know, that's easier said than done. I mean, how many times have you went into the fast food place and the customer service ain't not even a fast food place, but a small mom and pop restaurant, and the customer service isn't the best just because you're not gonna tell me what to do in my shop. I'm the owner. Like, it's my way or the highway.
Yeah, yeah. You know, a lot of it depends on the individual, man. It's really tough to gauge everybody's business sense. Everybody's not meant to be a business owner,
Right.
you know, but it's so easy right now. You know, if you have 5 or 10 grand, you can open up something, but everybody's not. It's always, you have to have customer service. You have to treat your customer like they're really important. Try to have. I really don't know. Honestly, I run a cleaning business, and my staff cleans really well. I don't have a restaurant. Never had one. Never had a barbershop. Things like that. So I can't really say how to train people. I can't really say how to train people to make them the best customer, service people. But I don't know. But I get your frustration though, bro. I really do, man.
Well, even with your cleaning company, what would you say like would be some of the challenges? I mean, initially you get somebody on to sign with the cleaning company. They might not necessarily have the proper skills cleaning wise and customer service wise. Like, how do you, being the OG and the boss, just to make sure they, do their job to the best of their ability to where they can keep that income rolling in?
Well, I train them in when I'm hiring them. I train them in on how to clean, all the things to look for that facility managers may look for. A lot of times, someone will leave a gum wrapper behind a door and just see how long it stay there, how many days it stays there. Little things like that I picked up on being in business 6 years. I relate to my staff. In the interview process, I always make sure that I hire pleasant people. I play pretty well. Again, it's really tough. It's the luck of the draw sometimes too. You really don't know. Even big companies. I know you've been seeing lately a lot of people getting fired for using the N-word, or ever since this Black Lives Matter thing's been going off, you've been seeing people lose their jobs. Even those people, it's hard to tell who you really have working for you until they disappoint you. You know what I mean? Because in the interview, they can put on the best act. So I really don't know. You just gotta hope you hire a good person with a good heart.
I feel like customer service is kind of one of those things that's like in you. It's innate.
Yeah.
You're either like a person with manners and respectful, or you're not.
For sure.
Like,
no doubt.
That's really kind of like instilled in you through life. You really can't just like train someone to be good at customer service. You can give them some tips. That doesn't mean they're actually going to do it though, because if their nature not to be kind or not to be, I don't know, I guess tending to people, like to make sure people are taken care of properly, like it's not gonna.
Yeah, it do got to be in you though.
Right. Yeah. But people need to understand that as well. I mean, you can have the funds to start the business, like you say. In 2020, you need 5,000-10,000 to get whatever you need off the ground, and they'll have the back end, the blueprint. They'll even have the clientele, but just like you say, if it's not in you, so you might be an a-hole of a person, and the business isn't as successful as it could be just because of how you are as an overall person.
And that happens to a lot of people. Their customer service is trash, and then the product sometimes is trash. And then said they're over here like, why doesn't nobody support me? Well, because you're trash.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
What you look like has nothing to do with the fact that it's your customer service and your product. Try being nice to people and understanding to people and compassionate with people. And And
Yeah.
also check yourself, your product. Like, damn, could I do something a little bit better? Am I cutting too many corners here? Like, you know, I don't know.
Again,
We all
every
have to check self. We always have, I mean, I do it. I know I'm not perfect. I definitely check self. We always self-evaluate all the time, no matter what we're doing, whether it's business, whether it's relationships with people, whether it's whatever, we have to self-evaluate constantly, man.
Again, though, everybody's not meant to be a business owner.
True that. True.
It's popular, it's trendy, but everybody's just not meant to be in the service business. It's just not, you know. I watch a lot of motivational speakers on YouTube, Gary Vee, Tony Robbins, Les Brown. Yeah. Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar, Eric Thomas, E.T.
Awesome.
And all of them say the same thing. Everybody's not meant to do this. Everybody's not meant to be a business owner. Just because you got a few bucks, man, it does not mean you know how to run a business. It does not mean you know how to treat people. It's just trendy. It's really trendy right now. And
there's nothing wrong with taking the money that you wanted to put into a business and finding one that you could invest in that's doing what you wanted to do. Maybe you're that part of it.
Exactly.
Your money and be a silent partner in something.
Exactly. But so, you know, some businesses are gonna make it. This is not just for Black businesses. This is for all businesses. Some businesses are gonna make it. Some are not. That's just it.
Yeah, that's just reality.
That's just it.
But with that, I think it goes back into what you said as well as with us supporting and giving back. Because I mean, just a conversation I was having with a friend of mine the other day. Think about a Chinese restaurant, for example. Like, I've never in my life seen a Chinese restaurant commercial or heard a radio advertisement for a Chinese commercial, but they are so successful because of the product and the support that they get. Like, again, once you have that good quality product and you get people coming in, it's basically like the drug game. They're going to keep coming back for the quality.
Hold on now. I gotta call your bullshit. Did you just call it a good quality product? I don't know too many good quality. I'm saying there's some good ones out there, but I don't know too many real good quality. It's cheap and it's a lot of shit and we can eat as much as we want.
But they stay open. Think about it. What I'm saying, I'm not saying every one of them has quality. Like, we've all had Chinese places that haven't been up to par or, you know, followed the standard at all. But you never see, like, I don't think they spend the marketing dollars into Chinese places is them standing out with the free samples.
I've never seen a Chinese commercial either. But here's one thing I also never seen. I never seen a Chinese person in there buying nothing. I've never seen a Chinese person in a Chinese restaurant. Only the staff.
You might have a point. You might have a point.
I've never seen one.
Shay.
I've delivered for one. I've delivered Chinese for one. Only the staff were Chinese. I never saw a Chinese person come in.
And you know what? Motherfuckers will steady complain about them and steady talk shit about them, and they be not all of them are this way, guys. Not all of them.
Yeah.
Ones that are dirty as hell, and motherfuckers will still eat there. So
true.
Is that the quality of the food, or is that what would you say that is? Just like it's convenient?
Man, it's convenient, and that MSG is addictive.
Yeah, MSG. It's a lot of MSG in that stuff, man.
Right.
A lot of MSG in that stuff. So, as far as like, let's just say, what's the restaurant on Broadway? If Olympic Cafe was Black owned, do you think it would be as popping as it is? If nothing changed at all except ownership.
Did the ownership change silently and no one knew about it? Then no, nothing would change.
See? I'm glad you're factual about it.
So you think if they came out and made an announcement that the ownership changed, it would affect the income, the profit?
What it would happen is they would nitpick every little detail towards what Olympic was before.
Exactly. You notice that? It's a mentality. It's a mentality, man. You know, it's that crab in the barrel mentality, man. You know, it's more prevalent in every Black community, in any city. We put up with more discrepancies and lack of you know, professionalism and things like that with other nationalities, more so than we would ourselves. I don't know what that mentality of sickness is all about, but it's definitely it's definitely sad. You know, we need to give each other a little more leeway. Like you said, it would get nitpicked. Olympic Cafe, if it was Black owned, would get nitpicked till closed if it was Black owned by us.
Sadly.
And that's sad.
Man, that definitely has to change.
Yeah, for sure. Mentality definitely has to change, man. Definitely. You know,
But I don't think it will. I think with social media and anybody can get a business off of the ground, I think it's not even it goes back to a crab in a barrel mentality. But now in 2020, it's also like well, why would I support your business when I got my own business? Like, who are you better than me?
Right. No, I hear you. I mean, that can be understandable if it's the exact same business.
Right.
You know, if I own a hooks and, you know, you had a JJ right across the street from each other, I can understand, you know, hey, I got a family to feed too. You know, I can understand that happens even in white businesses.
Right. But sometimes that competition brings out that drive and that success to, hey, I really do have to put food on the table for my kids. So I got to make sure my business is more successful than the hooks.
Yeah, you can do that without downing the other one though, for sure. Yeah, you can do that without downing the other one. Is that what you meant?
Well, but this is what I'm saying. How do you do that? Because I mean, even look at like larger corporations like a McDonald's and a Burger King. You will see a McDonald's commercial of like passively shade a Burger King, you know, place like that.
Hey, yeah.
So how do you do that on a smaller scale? Like, I'm not trying to shut, you know, hooks down. I don't want them to go, you know, bankrupt anything, but I want to make sure that we're able to keep our, you know, lights on as well.
Right. Yeah. No, I hear you on that.
D, you got hooks down there?
We got, is Hooks a seafood place? Oh, we got a Hooks as a seafood place.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we got Hooks. I just want to make sure.
Not seafood, but
I thought you're not in Minnesota?
No, I'm in Tampa.
Oh, okay. I thought you was up here.
Nah, it's the Hooks we got is like you can get like wings, chicken, fish, fries, like the whole platter.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Bet. That's dope. I didn't realize they were a nationwide chain like that.
No, I never went to, you know, I've never been too far up north, so I only thought it was like a regional thing as well.
That shit fat.
Nah, it is. The one down here is a little sketchy though, I'm not gonna lie.
Who owns it?
Good ones over here, I don't know, man. We got some good ones.
Do Arabs own it?
That's the question. The one here is, you know, it's in a Black community, but I don't think it's Black owned.
Arabs own it.
Yeah, the Arabs here they're owned. The ones I know of are owned by an Arab family. Yeah.
Is there one in Apple Valley? Is there one in a white neighborhood?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Yeah, I never seen one down here in a
white people don't eat fish with lemon pepper.
Come on, Mitchell. You know they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna put one of those in the white neighborhood.
Why not?
Every Hooks I've ever seen has always been like off of MLK Boulevard.
It's interesting though. Why wouldn't they?
They don't have the same agenda in the white neighborhood as they have in a Black neighborhood. The agenda's different.
Interesting. Interesting.
We might as well just say what it is and call a pig a pig.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Though we all know that it's reality. Like, I mean, chicken spots are in the north side of Minneapolis.
Yeah, but white people eat chicken.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they eat chicken too, but
Nice, crispy perch, you know, and fries. So why won't they go set up out there somewhere?
you know, they probably should because they actually probably do pretty well.
Right. Right. Or is it a case of taking advantage of knowing what Black people eat? I
But
think
we
that's
have
what
a
it is.
choice in 2020 as well, especially knowing it now, like knowing that, okay, you can put a place here off the area and know that you're going to capitalize and make the most money. We can know that and say, well, I'm going to choose to not support that business. But at the end of the day, we take ourselves 9:30, 10 o'clock. Hey, I'm hungry. I don't feel like cooking. Let me slide through and get me something to eat just out of convenience.
Right. Yep. No doubt.
To go order some hooks after this, yeah.
Man, is this a Hooks commercial?
Not for me. I'm a vegan.
I'm just messing around. I'm totally joking. I just wanted to talk shit.
You said you're vegan, Mitchell?
Yeah.
Oh man, how long have you been vegan, if you don't mind me asking?
6 years.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I tried. I got a passion for chicken too much, man. I'm not even gonna lie.
They have some amazing chicken alternatives though.
They do.
And I've tried some of them. I'm not even gonna lie. I've tried some of them. Like, I'm slowly working my way into it. Like, each month I kind of cut out something that I'm not really supposed to be eating and switch it for a healthy alternative. But man, like you say, I do love my lemon pepper wings. I do love my catfish. Like,
yeah, that's okay. You're making steps though. Progress.
Yeah, no doubt.
Progress. Oh, slow. You guys not hear me? Slow progress is better than no progress.
Oh, true.
Absolutely.
They say tomorrow we on fire. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up like on fire. They say tomorrow we on fire. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up like on fire. We got that fire, yeah, yeah, yeah. That fire, that fire. We got that fire, yeah, yeah, yeah. That fire, that fire. They say tomorrow we on fire. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up, mob on fire.
The mob done gonna way up. The game just got changed up. Water in the walls, they can't save us. Fire, explosions, and blown up. Fuego, you know my name, by the way. This was the plan, by the way. All dressed in black, by the way. The mob's all I bang, by the way. That north side, I shut up on your nerve, what a surprise. The mob all here, nerve, oh my. The queen I am, that I am. I taking if he look I don't care, by the way. Tell your swing my way. Don't test my game, by the way. Cause we gon' bang bang, by the way. They say cash you on fire. I'ma keep the smoke looking like a rasta. Walk one with the rush, you shook the game up. Hit me from the north side, north side. All my niggas take course side, yeah, yeah. We came back like we never left. So fuck the ones that I ever slept on the new. What you expect from a new man?
Didn't they say don't add fuel to the fire? Now the flames getting higher and higher. And here comes the fire department. And they was gonna bring us down, but can't nobody put us out. No one can save us now. Look what they saying now. They say tomorrow we on fire. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up, I'm on fire. They say tomorrow we on fire. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up, I'm on fire. We got that fire, yeah, yeah, yeah. That fire, that fire. We got that fire, yeah, yeah, yeah. That fire, that fire. They say tomorrow we on fire. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark spark it up, my bonfire.
When I coast, you can see it. Think I'm Arabian. I got a magic touch. We was raised by some aliens. Got that on that fire. That rock that killed Goliath. That bite to your Mariah. Move your spot, return, retire.
Oh man, now that her name is up in the info, them I try to get into our friend zone. Don't fuck with me now because we the shit. All I need is my n*** that I came with. Them I looking for the kids, we here. Just look how we running up from jungle. Got me beating palm my chest, ready to rumble. You ain't royalty, man, what you come for?
Say me and my little squad ghost, and me and my little burn so sweet. Running track speed on the beat, yeah, never catch up from all this heat. I float like a dragonfly, and I cry like a viper. There will never, ever, ever be another MOB like us.
Didn't they say don't add fuel to the fire? Now the flames getting higher and higher. And here comes the fire department. And they was gonna bring us down, but can't nobody put us out. No one can save us now. Look what they saying now. They say tomorrow we on fire. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up like on fire. They say tomorrow we on fire. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up, my on fire. We got that fire, yeah, yeah, yeah. That fire, that fire. We got that fire, yeah, yeah, yeah. That fire, that fire. They say tomorrow we on fire. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up like a lighter. We spark it up, my bonfire. Didn't they say don't add fuel to the fire? Now the flames getting higher and higher. And here comes the fire department. And they was gonna bring us down, but can't nobody put us out. No one can save us now. Look what they saying now.
Baby, I'll do anything for you, for you. Climb the highest mountain for you, for you.
But listen to me, girl, if you're not ready for me touch, no come on me hard, come stuck. Chucking on me pole, take man for fool. What kind of card you a plug? What kind of card you a plug? You a criminal, pass me the handcuff. You ready for ramp rough? Listen to me. Whoa. Bad girl say them want touch. Come on my house and no one cut. Chop asleep when she wake up. Plus up me sheet with her makeup. That make me and my wife break up. We never leave, so the next day we make up. What some friend them fake up. Them a informer what take me a cut. She say,
baby, I'll do anything for you, for you.
I thought you said,
climb the highest mountain for you, for you.
she said,
And if I die tonight, you'll be the death of me, the death of me.
really?
One moment in your life keeps me happily, eternally.
Listen this. She say she love me and she know want me leave her. If me leave, she know me not leave her. She hurt and certain thing grieve her. Me seize her, then the next day me breeze her. Everyone have an addiction. She say mine happens to be you. Mine your love sink like quicksand. What the hell we gon' do? My ex-girl vex from the first day we part. Condolences to your broken heart. She say I was a world all alone from my gone. The loneliness start gone.
Baby, I'll do anything for you, for you.
I understand that.
Climb the highest mountain for you,
Yes.
for you.
She said,
And if I die tonight,
Yeah. So, Dee, your topic is pretty interesting. I actually would like to talk about that. I was thinking about making a whole episode about COVID-19 just because it's such a curious situation. You know what I mean? So let's talk about your topic, COVID-19. What were you thinking when you brought this to me?
Well, just even like with Mitchell being a business owner and Mel, all the small entrepreneurial business skills that you have, just as well as a lot of people that follow you have those small businesses. And just with this whole pandemic, again, like none of us saw this coming. I mean, if we could just go back a year ago and see us now wearing masks and this whole, how everybody is reacting, we would be like, what's going on? So I want to know, like, as a small business owner, what has, I guess, COVID taught you, and how will you use it to, I guess, moving forward, just making sure your business is aligned? Because again, think about how many people I know a bunch of restaurants who were just getting off the ground January, February, March time, this hit.
Well, it hasn't affected me financially, fortunately, because I have a cleaning business, and disinfecting and keeping things sanitized right now is a huge necessity right now. So actually I had to at 3M I had to implement a special shift just for wiping down all the door handles, all the bathroom faucets, entryway door handles, break room vending machine, selection buttons, microwave door handles, refrigerator door handles, all touchable surfaces. I had to implement another shift. Of course, I charge for it, just for that. So it depends on what business you're in. All cleaning businesses right now are booming.
Absolutely, and that's part of the question as well, because the different type of business that you have depends on the result from the pandemic. Like you said, with the cleaning business, or even look at some of the stocks, like they've taken off just because we need them now more than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Like sanitizer, Johnson & Johnson took off pretty good because they provide wipes, Lysol wipes, and hand sanitizer. So that stock went through the roof. People, companies that sell masks, 3M and other, Fortune 500 companies that's involved in safety are doing real well in the stock. And like I said, most cleaning businesses are doing extremely well right now too. But yeah, if you have a business where people have to gather, restaurants not doing too well, and that sucks, man. It really does, man. I feel bad for small businesses, man, that need people to gather at their place, for their businesses to be successful. I feel really bad for them. I really do.
The only positive side to having like a restaurant in this situation is that you can still do takeout or delivery if you chose to. Like you can do that, but that's like if you weren't doing delivery before, that's now probably another expense.
It probably is, but maybe that is an upside during the delivery because you have to stay home. A lot of cities you have to stay home anyway. A lot of people are ordering in. That's why people putting on this Corona 15, they call it. I even put on the Corona 15. I just got through working mine off. No, the last month and a half, I've been posting pictures. I just worked mine off. But a lot of people have been putting on that Corona 15 because they're just doing at-home deliveries for their food. So that can be a definite upside for a restaurant to implement a delivery service, for sure. Absolutely. But overall, though,
like that, takeout is cool. They could do
but overall, though, business has been getting really hurt, man, by this. Man.
Absolutely. No denying that. Absolutely.
Well, even with the cleaning business, have you seen any negative side to the pandemic?
No, I haven't seen any negative sides. Man. My business, colleagues' businesses of mine in other cities are just killing them right now. They're doing the complete sanitizations. They got the mist, the sanitizing mist, power sprayers. I mean, business is really kicking right now for cleaning business. If you got a cleaning business right now, they need you more than ever. You know, office buildings,
So
they need you more than ever right now.
I will say though that I have noticed a lot of new businesses jumping off too though. So like I feel like it's even inspired some people to start something.
In a weird way.
Yeah.
In a weird way, this wake up call has inspired a lot of people to say, you know what, man, I can't count on the check, man. I gotta get something popping. I gotta get something going.
I don't know about people out there, but I've been supporting small business more than ever.
Yeah, I have too.
Right.
I have too, yeah. No doubt. Because, I mean, we just fed up, period. You know, the big dogs, the greedy, the Fortune 5, the 1%, they just been, you know, they've been having their way for years. They just been having it their way, man. And there's a resentment with the little people. You know, we want to see each other win.
Well,
you know, I've been
true economy, if we only knew. We are the true economy.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
But I mean, I'm speaking from, okay, like I'm an artist, for example. Like with this whole pandemic, it kind of like slowed up shows completely.
Yeah,
and music, that's a big way that we get a lot of our income.
Yeah.
So it did, like you say, it woke up the other hustler in you that, okay, well, this income is taken away. Now you got to focus on, you know, building, making sure you're getting this, maximizing on your streams and maximizing on as much royalties as possible. So with any other business outside of music, with this whole pandemic, what would you say would be the biggest takeaway as far as how to adjust to any small business owner? Not only you, Mitchell, but for you as well, Mel, what would you say is one thing that you just learned as far as adjustment wise?
Well, can I first say that for music, like, I feel like you could still do shows. I see a lot of DJs doing lives on Instagram and on Facebook, and they put their CashApp up there and people pay them. So like, I don't see anything wrong with doing something like that as an artist. Why don't you just continue to do your shows and just find an alternative way to bring the crowd to you? As far as my business hasn't changed either, but I hold a camera and I do graphics. So like, you know, I've been able to do everything normal myself. And then with my show, I guess with the Juice was about to start popping off. It was coming back right at the time that all this kind of stuff crashed on us. And so I switched up how I was going to do it. Now we're via Zoom. Because otherwise, Dee, I would have tried to have you here in Minneapolis in studio with me. I had a whole little setup at a nice little studio spot that I was going to be using. So it would have been all of us sitting here chilling together, like literally. But I had to change that. So I was like, yo, this Zoom, man, I'm jumping on the Zoom way, grabbing Zoom.
Now, I know you guys been seeing the DJ, the versus battle on Instagram.
Yeah, those are cool. I think that we should do some more versus battles. I know some
Erykah Badu one time, she I think she threw a concert and charged $1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, $1.
I was reading about that as well.
Yeah,
and
$1. And she easily got 1 million fans. Even if only, you know, 250,000 fans tuned in. At $1, she made $250,000 from her home studio.
You see what I'm saying, Dee? Come on, man.
Well, no. Those are great adjustments now, but I was speaking more so as originally when this whole first thing jumped off, like before the verses. What I was speaking on was the venues themselves actually being shut down.
I can't lie. You know what? I feel really bad for them, man. I feel bad for places like, even though I don't go out, I'm an older guy. I don't go out anymore like that. But I feel bad for all the downtown, the places that used to throw stuff, the places that used to have, you know, all the youngsters in there, and like the Breakfast Bar and the Gold Room and those guys.
Yeah.
I feel bad for people who need people.
Yeah, that's true.
For their money.
I also
feel bad for those establishments, man.
the people on the south side that got hit with a double whammy. First they get shut down due to this COVID stuff, and then some of them's places got burned down. Like
me, like I feel really bad for promoters. I feel bad for venue owners. You know, rappers can't come out, singers can't, R&B, nobody can come out, they concerts.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for people who need people to gather somewhere for their income. I feel really bad for them.
Do you think this would be the new normal as far as
I hope not, man. This shit sucks, man. This shit sucks, man. It really does. I hope it's not the new normal. I hope this shit eventually passes. I hope we get past it. I hope the rate of infection or whatever, I hope the shit goes back down. I hate this shit. I hate the mask. I hate the not being able to gather, man. I really hate that, man. It sucks, man. I hope this is not the new. I really do hope it's not the new normal, man. I don't really want to get too deep on you guys, but I really think this nationwide thing is, I think it's to become. It started in China when they burned their money, right? Because they said that it was transferable through paper cash, right?
Mm-hmm.
So China got to burning their money. We see the corn shortage here happening.
Yeah.
What I really think the powers that be really want is, I really think they want all of our money, our livelihood. I think they want everything on a card that can be frozen at will for non-compliance or disobedience. That's ultimate control. If the world is done with paper cash and your whole livelihood is on this, I think that's the ultimate end game for them. Total control. If this gets cut off, you can't buy groceries, you can't buy gas, you can't buy food. I think this nationwide, this worldwide pandemic, I really think is something much bigger than some virus. I think it's a whole lot bigger than that.
Well, I hear the price of gold is going back up as well. Like we're slowly trying to, I guess, transition from paper currency to something else.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more sinister than just some damn virus, man.
I feel that way too.
Yeah, I think they implemented this thing just to see how compliant we are, how obedient we are, if we stay inside, if we'd be okay with a curfew, if it's making us, it's strength in numbers, so it's making us not want to stand next to each other because of some virus. It's hard to form a militia if you're scared to stand next to somebody, right? To form a militia, right? You gotta have meetings. It's hard to form a group to fight back against things if you're scared somebody's gonna breathe on you. So I think it's really deep, man. I don't really want to get too deep in, but I think the world powers is really just want to just have their way with the world, man. And this
why
is
do
the
you
way.
think? Why do you think they're trying to get everything to the card form of payment?
So that you can obey. If you got cash, you can be hard-headed. If all your bread is on a card, they can cut that off. They can freeze that joint.
Literally, money is the last step, because they already can shut your car off. They already shut your TV off. They already everything else. The only thing is that cash.
That's the last step. And I think that this Corona thing is the catalyst for them to do away with money, especially if they're going to say that it can be transferred on cash. I think that's their end goal for sure.
Coins can be washed, though.
Yeah, no doubt. But they already had China burn their money, so I think that this whole thing is really just a ploy, man, for a bigger plan for them, man. Because I personally don't know nobody with it. I don't care what people say, social media. I don't know anybody with it. I ain't never had no symptoms. And I know people that work at, hospitals that say that it ain't busting at the seams with people with Corona. So
Well, I think it depends on where you at, because I'm not gonna lie to you, Mitchell. I don't know if y'all, I know y'all probably get y'all local news, but if you look at nationwide, every day you'll hear Florida, Florida, Florida. Like it's crazy down here. Like I have a uncle of mine who actually he stays about 2 hours from me, and I got a message last week that he had it or whatever. He sent me like his test results, and just being down here, it is like I find a lot more common that people that I personally know have it, whether some have some have symptoms and some don't. So it is I may be dependent upon where you at, location wise.
More people died from the flu last year than people have coronavirus this year. It's something more sinister going on. You know, I YouTube a lot of guys who done some research. And I think it's just a lot of sinister shit going on with that shit. I think this virus is just the catalyst. It's just the prong to get the ball rolling with what they really want to do.
So what would you say as far as how would you prepare for? I mean, of course you can't prepare for the unknown, but with what you see, how you see the ball rolling, what would you kind of do to get yourself ready for that next step?
I would say just try to put up as much bread as you can. Every time I get an invoice for my cleaning, I withdraw it. I don't have it in the bank because, like I said, that can be frozen at any given time. I stock up on foods that don't go bad: oatmeal, peanut butter,
non-perishables.
Like yeah, non-perishables, man. I eat healthy. Eat your vitamins, your elderberry, your sea moss, your vitamin C, your zinc,
vitamin D.
And you just try to increase your body's healthy ways to fight things. But again, I don't believe in it at all. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I don't believe in it. Call me conspiracy theorist or whatever you want. I don't believe in it. I think it's bullshit. I think they've been mandated to inflate test results to say that this people have it, this people have it. I don't believe in it. I don't think it's no worse than the damn flu, honestly.
It's not.
Yeah, so that's where I stand with it.
You dig?
Yeah, no doubt.
Mitchell. It's like a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, no doubt.
What do you think? What do you think about all this stuff? Because you said that you've seen some people that you know of that have not had symptoms that were supposedly tested positive for it. What do you think about this stuff?
I agree with what Mitchell was saying with some of it. I do think it's something bigger. I think it's also, I feel like it is, I don't want to call it the flu 2.0, but to me, that's what I feel like it is,
That's
honestly.
what it is.
So like you say, I do think with any sickness, you're gonna have new stuff that you don't have a vaccine. You're gonna have some people that pass away, and especially if they're already older, already a lot more prone to getting sick. But I don't think it's. If you look at just the past 20 years, I'm young. I'm only 26, but in my lifetime, I've heard of the SARS and the swine flu and the coronavirus and the bird flu and the mad cow, and they always try to put something out there that's gonna take us out. And I feel like this was actually something that actually we don't even know how it's being transferred. Like, is it through touching? Is it through actual sneezing? Is it through bodily fluid? Whatever. So I think this was a great fear tactic. As a lot, and it worked a lot better than don't eat lettuce or don't eat beef.
No doubt. This is the one. It's a fear tactic, and it's worked really well. It's worked really well.
That with the fear tactic, again, with a new sickness, you are gonna have people that do contract it and pass away due to it. Now, do I believe every number that they're saying on the news? Absolutely not. I mean, I feel like when they don't know why somebody is dying, they're like, oh, well, it's
They
Corona.
blame it on
Let's
that.
mark it up as Corona.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We've seen lots of doctors say that they were told to mark everything as
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I do believe that it is a illness. Do I think it's as big as they would like, the media would like to make it seem? Not really.
Nope, of course not.
Dee, you said something about a vaccination. You would take a vaccination when they come?
Oh, hell no, no, absolutely not. No, what I was saying with the vaccination is that, of course, you're gonna lose people when you have a new illness and you don't have a vaccine for it yet. Like, I mean, even look at earlier stuff like polio or stuff like that. When they didn't have vaccines for a lot of that stuff, people were dying left and right. And I think this is just one of those same things until they find a vaccine for it.
Well, how about this? What if this whole thing, it was created just to administer a vaccine?
To push a vaccine.
Yeah, what if
I can see that.
Yeah, what if what they want to shoot you with is what they want, is what the whole end game was about in the first place?
And I can see that, and that's why I say I'm not taking a damn vaccine. Like I'm
They're gonna shoot me in the head. I'm not taking it. Period.
But yeah, I can see that. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I don't want to think like quote unquote the biggest conspiracy theorist on YouTube and nothing like that, but I do think it's more to with any job is more to what you always just see.
Yeah. And plus, like I said, you can take care of yourself holistically, man. All the vitamins and things I just named, and eating right, you'll be just fine, man.
Yo, eat as clean as possible, y'all. Eat as clean as possible. Purified water, fluoride. Get the fluoride paste out your mouth. Stop freaking deodorant with what's in it? Zinc. Not zinc. Aluminum. Your deodorant. I don't know. I use natural deodorant. I forgot what's in it. Like, yo, you guys, as close to nature with everything possible. Everything. Yeah. Your food, your cleaning supplies, your bodily supplies, everything.
Yep, no doubt.
Yeah, I've been trying the green smoothies. I've been trying them the past few months here, trying to just start with the whole, cleaning my system out and getting everything lined up right.
That's a good start. Yep.
Feeling how much better your body feels, it's like a no-brainer.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I mean, this stuff is killing us, man. Once you do make that switch to certain stuff, you do start to see, like, man, what was I doing to myself before?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You can taste chemicals and shit and stuff.
For sure.
Crazy. Yo, good talk, y'all. Good talk, y'all. So, do you have any tips yourself, Dee? Like, how, as an artist, like, do you have any tips for other artists out there? If they're wondering, like, how moving forward they can kind of make that evolution in this new world that we're living in?
Well, I mean, like you said, just how you adjust. I mean, like, even with the versus battles or the Erykah Badu doing, like $1 a head type of deal. However you want to, just find a way to adjust for what best fits your situation. Outside of that, I would say just try to make sure you diversify your income. Like with me, I wasn't like, don't get me wrong, the live performances and venues were a nice income, but I also have other investments. I have other producers and artists that are signing me as well. And then I have investments outside of music as well. So it didn't really, affect me as if somebody who were living and dying by that show money. I mean, even if you look on a larger scale, I don't know if you guys heard the Migos came out recently and were having some issues with their royalties and how their paperwork were set up. So make sure your paperwork is set up right, and then try to figure out how you can diversify your income. I mean, even any artist looking, not even artists, but anybody just looking to invest into music, do your research on the Vest app. It's an investment app with, it actually allows you to basically lease royalties from different people's catalogs. So you may be able to get a percentage of a Billie Eilish song or a Drake song or Nicki Minaj song. Or I've been doing it now for about 2 years, and I have seen some benefits and some great income from it. So anybody looking for future investments and stuff, that's just one avenue there. It's Vest, VEST.
Okay.
Is that specifically for music, you said?
Yeah, that one alone is specifically for music. But there are other different investments. I know friends of mine have actually been telling me a lot about the Robinhood app. Just that's a stock market app of just looking at the way the stock is going these days, like you said, with the Johnson & Johnson and just different companies are kind of taking off. So you might want to do your due diligence and maybe you can capitalize on the investment or two, stock market wise.
Yeah, I think it's important, like you were saying, have your hands in like different jars, man. You got to be doing a couple of different things. And also, yeah, I don't know if anyone knows, but you can buy stocks on CashApp. Not all stocks, but you can buy some stocks on CashApp. So
yeah.
Like new to it, and you kind of like, that's how I bought my first stock. And you can do like Coinbase has stocks for like, you know, like cryptocurrencies and stuff, Bitcoin and things like that. And yeah, Robinhood I've heard is pretty good. I don't know. It's important that we get involved in these things.
Sure.
Things that are making other people really, really rich.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think all of us, we're more so we're trying to start that generational wealth to where, I mean, yeah, it's cool for us to be successful and be entrepreneurs and have our own businesses, but you want to make sure that you set not only your kids up, but your grandkids and future generations up to where they're not the next pandemic that hits, 40, 50, 60 years from now, when we're not here, our great grandkids aren't stressed and we're under, hoping on disability, hoping on unemployment, things of that nature.
Right. We got to build that foundation for the empire, man.
No doubt.
It starts somewhere.
It does. And the cool thing about Cash App too, something that I don't think people realize is you don't have to buy a full stock. Like if a stock is $250 or $1,000 something, you don't have to buy that whole stock. You can literally buy a portion of it. Like
I didn't know that.
you could put $2 towards it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Towards it, $20. You don't have to use it. You still own a portion of it though. And you still make money off of that as well. So
it's cool.
Oh, come on. You got to get your hands in these things. Get your hands.
I see.
But also, like Mitchell was saying, I believe earlier when you were being silent partners, if you will, to different companies.
Yeah.
That's another good investment thing that I'm starting to look into as well. Like just outside of the music genre, like there's other different people have hair industries and natural skincare remedies, or even just natural holistic products that they're trying to get off the ground. Stuff like this and stuff that necessarily you don't have to be the face of. You can invest into it if you believe.
Absolutely.
I completely agree. 100%. I love it, y'all. Does anybody have anything that they want to anything they want to talk about that they didn't get a chance to speak on? We kind of wrapped up early. I just didn't want to make anyone feel like they didn't get a chance to say something.
No, I think I pretty much got everything I wanted to say out. I just wanted to tell all the brothers and sisters, man, it's just you gotta realize what's really important to you, man. If you got kids, ultimately you gotta live for them, man. Every decision you make gonna affect them.
Facts.
Can't be selfish, man. You can't be making decisions based on materialism, man. Every decision you make gotta be the best choice for them ultimately. So again, it's hard to be a father from the visiting room, man. So trying to reevaluate the priorities, man.
One thing I want to ask, man, especially with the successful convict company that you have, what do you feel with the current prison reform laws and everything that they're trying to do with that currently?
Oh yeah, that's very positive. Kim Kardashian, Meek Mill, everybody's trying to get these laws changed, trying to get these sentences reduced. I think it's a very good thing. Hopefully, when I get the podcast going, hopefully somebody want to pick it up and put it on Revolt or something like that, or because my goal is to go across the country. I'm gonna start here at home, but my goal is to go across the country interviewing brothers and sisters who did time and managed to get out and stay out. That's the key word, stay out. that's what successful convict is all about. It's about getting out, staying out, and the podcast is going to be interviewing these people and getting their tips on how they stayed out. You know, giving their testimony of how they stayed out, so that it can be mainstream. You know, so anybody getting out can just tune in and just get different tips and, you know, different testimonies of how to stay out and avoid temptation and things like that. My dream interview right now is the owner of Turkey Leg Hut in Houston. That brother been to the joint. A lot of people don't know that. Have you ever heard of the Turkey Leg Hut in Houston?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Never been. I've been to like Houston Airport, but I've never tried like the turkey leg.
Yeah, that brother's been to the joint. And my dream interview right now is to interview him and Kevin Gates. Those are my two dream interviews right now. So hopefully the podcast take off and I'll be able to do that one day.
Oh, definitely. You're gonna speak in it. You just spoke it into existence right there, man.
No doubt.
Really look forward to watching those episodes. Look forward to
doubt.
That's gonna be dope.
No doubt.
Where can I get one of the shirts, man? I'm not even gonna lie, I'm feeling it.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. So okay. So the logo is actually prison bars.
Yeah, I picked up on it. I like it.
Yeah, that's to serve as a reminder. You know, in case you ever getting tempted, all you got to do is just take a glance down at your shirt, man, and you see them bars, man, and you get back focused, man. You know, as a way you could be in an instant, man, if you know, decide to get back to doing your old ways, man. So I went with the prison bars logo. A lot of people like it. A lot of people didn't know what it was at first. Some people looked at it as an omen, as a jinx, but I didn't look at it that way. I looked at it as a reminder of the struggle, of where we've been and where we don't want to return to. So website is on the way. But if we can exchange information. If Melody has your information, you can exchange information and I'll personally mail you one to Florida. I have Cash App right now. It's called Convict Clothing is the Cash App name.
Gotcha.
And I'll personally mail you one to Florida. If you want one, I'll mail you one to Florida for sure, no doubt.
Guys, Mitchell, I'll link you guys. I'll put you guys in a group message on Facebook so you guys can link.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Appreciate it too, bro.
Nah, man, I'm a definitely caught one. I mean, your story today, it definitely it kind of woke me up, man. To be honest with you, I was fortunate enough to never have to get into the system through the grace of God. Just dodged a few bullets, but just hearing your situation, I do have a 4-year-old son who I'm always trying to give a game to. So any game that I can give, you know, that isn't from my personal experience is, you know, that's the biggest thing to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt. Appreciate it.
Oh, anytime, bro.
No doubt.
Dope. Hey, and if you guys want to get a Successful Convict hat, t-shirt, whatever merch he has, you can definitely get one. We're going to have the information in the description below so that you can get your very own as well.
No doubt. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yo, man, thank you guys so much for having this dope-ass conversation with me, man. I'm so happy to have both of you here with me, and I think this was really good. This is some good stuff that I think people can use. So if you guys need a pin, start this show over again, okay? So I want to give you guys both a chance to give your social media information. If you have any kind of like shout outs you want to give or any little last looks or any kind of last, you know, notes you want to give to anyone, you're welcome to do that as well. So Dee, go ahead and give your social media information, any other shout outs, whatever.
Oh yeah, well first off, let me say you could stream my new single Ain't It Crazy on all platforms of Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube, however you choose to listen to music. It's off my new project called Too Much Game, just came out this summer. It's doing really well right now. We over 100,000 streams worldwide. We getting about 100 spins in Canada, 50 spins a week in UK, and over 300 spins a week in the US. So it's doing really good. Video will be coming out for that single here shortly. You can search me on any social media, Dee Wile, DeeWile, on Facebook, Dee Wile, Instagram, Dee Wile Sativa, with Twitter, Dee Wile Forever, EVA, Snapchat, Dee Wile 17. Also, just anywhere, if you just Google Dee Wile, you bound to pop up with something with some, you know, marijuana smoke and some dreads. Also, I almost forgot, Mel, I cannot get out of here without giving you your bars. I was a little fried earlier.
I'll let you forget. I'll let you forget.
Okay, nah, I ain't want to be one of those artists that try to skate out. Like, oh, he said he was a rapper and we didn't hear no raps at all. So I do want to give you a little something before I get out of here. I done kind of came back down. Let me see. We're going to start it off like, just cashed another check. I'm trying to break the safe. Baby, I could treat you better on your worst day. They know I keep that killer even in the workplace. And if I get caught, we talk about it like the first day. Now, really, I ain't supposed to be here in the first place, but these outfits got me crushing like the first grade. Fried up off this herb, got me stumbling over words. It's best you just get to know me. Don't judge off what you heard, because I might just be that nigga that boss up and change your life. I wake you up with bread and breakfast, lay you down with head at night. I give it to you right, can't turn a hoe into no housewife. The inconvenient truth is it's just best that I put that out there right. I'm stumbling, but you know, that's just all you get right now. Even more game on the way. We just working, man. Again, Dee Wile everywhere.
Okay.
Hey, okay. Hey. That wasn't too bad. It was all right. It'll get you off the hook this time, D.
Oh, well, if you want to listen to better quality, well, I'm not stumbling over my words and I'm not super going off the gas, then again, make sure you check out that Too Much Game album. I promise you're not going to regret it.
Absolutely, man. Super dope. You guys are going to hear his song. Well, you already heard it anyways in the show, so you already know he's dope. Yo, thank you so much, D. Mitchell Mack, man. Thank you for coming through with all this knowledge, and you really put it on him, man. I appreciate you.
No doubt. So yeah, Mitchell Mack is the name on Facebook. Mitchell Mack, pretty simple. We do have an Instagram called Successful Convict. The podcast is on the way. That will probably be Facebook Live or YouTube. And the website for the clothing line is also on the way too. So just friend me on Facebook. That way you can keep up with all the progress as it happens.
Dope. Absolutely, man. Make sure you guys go follow both these gentlemen, support what they've got going on. It's all great shit. So definitely want to support them and keep coming back to the juice. Cause guess what? I got more people next week. We gonna keep getting it, y'all. This is your host, Waters. If you want to find me, you can find me anywhere on social media. I am Melody Waters, except Snapchat. It's Melody's Closet. If you want to get your music on the juice, send me MP3s with your social media information, your artist name, where you're from, and cover art to IAmMelodyWaters@gmail.com. No links, because I'm not even going to click it. I'm not even going to tell you I didn't click it. Just know it. And if you would like to come on the show, you're an entrepreneur, if you're an artist of any kind, if you're a small business owner, and come get on the juice. I would love to have you on the show. I'd love to have you talk about some topics with your peers. I'd love to have you promote yourself. It would be dope. Send some information about yourself. What do you do? Who are you? To the Juice Bookings, with an S at the end, juicebookings@gmail.com. So that's all I really got today, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Limitless being. Keep doing what you got to do to stay in this world and stay alive and stay afloat, but try to make it as positive as possible, because whatever energy you put out into this world is the energy that's going to come right back to you. It's like a giant rubber ball. So positivity will bring back positivity.
No doubt.
For sure. Thank you for having me again, Mel.
Man, I love y'all, man. I appreciate you. Peace, gods. You guys have a wonderful week, wonderful life.
No doubt. You too.
Peace to all y'all out there. Success to you. Right. Peace. Juice, baby.
Whatever the fuck she saying. Ooh, I got the juice. Don't get the news on what's new. Music's not all that I do. I'm the influence. Once I get into my zone, there's nothing you really could do. Watch how they move. I'm setting trends. I'm better than I ever been. I represent. Make you not wanna rap ever again. In my prime like I'm optimist. Minnesota knows who the option is. No need for the gossiping. Get it from the soldiers, watch and listen. Had a whole town talking different, walking different. I walk and talk my shh.
Keep quiet when I'm talking kids, I'm the God, and God forbid you interrupt me. I cover blasphemy, my sinners trust me. Then it's back to cheese, why then it's just me. All my hooligans, flesh on my flesh, drink my blood like it's juice and gin. We're a family now, tie shoes and Timbs. It's a family meeting, try to attend. I'm a superhuman, I got super strength, I got super make you lose your shit now. I got the juice, come get the news on what's new. Music's not all that I do, I'm the influence. Once I get into my zone, there's nothing you really could do. Watch how they move, I'm setting trends. I'm better than I ever been. I represent, make you not wanna rap ever again. I got the juice, come get the news on what's new. Music's not all that I do, I'm the influence. Once I get into my zone, there's nothing you really could do. Watch how they move, I'm setting trends. I'm better than I ever been. I represent, make you not wanna rap ever again.